Buddy, no bag. Good boy. Okay. You know, I really wish we could DM on YouTube. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. I thought maybe it's time for a video that's a little bit more fun. So today I'm just gonna pull Buddy in here and we're gonna do some of his tricks. And since I can't help myself while we're going through the tricks, I will let you know how we trained a couple of them. Buddy is super drooly when I give him treats, and he would much rather play than get treats. He's not very food motivated. So I will be using toys as a reward for him doing these tricks. Buddy is the first dog that I've ever actually trained, so I didn't know about the place command when I first got him, and instead we just taught him bed as sort of a place command. I'm so out of breath from being upright. Buddy, come! Hey, good boy, Buddy, bed. I'm gonna bring you guys a little closer. When I did my 3-part series about traveling with a service dog, I mentioned that Buddy uses Potty Bells. They're basically just super cheap bells, like jingle bells that hang from a doorknob. We have them by the front door so that Buddy can ring them whenever he has to use the bathroom. Use the lawn. The prerequisite to the potty bells was we had to teach him to touch things with his nose. So we used a 2-finger signal for him for touch. For touch, all he has to do is touch the fingers with his nose. Buddy, touch. Oh, good boy. Thank you. Good check. That was a migraine alert. He ignored the command because he had to alert me. That gets priority. Now that he's alerted, he should happily do the command. Buddy, touch. Good boy. Good boy. Buddy, touch. Good boy. Buddy, ready? Set. Touch. Good boy. Good boy. Since I get migraines so much, and my migraines are vestibular, meaning I get pretty dizzy, sometimes I don't really want to get up, or I can't get up, in order to get a toy for the dog. So to get around that problem, we taught Buddy the command, seek. I feel weird saying words that he knows. We taught him to seek either ball or rope or toy so that he could get the toy or item that I felt like I was well enough to play with. Migraines are a little bit unpredictable. Sometimes I'll feel up for playing fetch. Sometimes I'll feel up for playing tug of war. It really just depends on the day, depends on the migraine. So I wanted Buddy to be able to go and get whatever toy or item I felt like I was up for in that moment. So we taught him ball, we taught him rope, and we taught him toy. Toy is generic. Over on the floor over there are a couple of toys. There's a ball and there's a rope, and I'm gonna ask him to go grab the ball for me. Hey, Buddy, come. Good boy. Good come. Buddy, seek ball. He's scratching himself. Good boy. We've been pretty impressed with how well Buddy has generalized the word ball. We taught it to him with just a standard tennis ball, but he'll bring us all sorts of ball-shaped items now. He just full straddle sat on my lap. We use the word fetch to mean bring the item to me, whether we're throwing it at that moment or he's holding it somewhere else. And I always hold out my hands and he has to bring the item to my hands. Ready? Fetch. Good boy. Sit. Obviously he has to know how to drop, but drop. Good boy. And the rule for Buddy is once we've told him to drop the item, he can't get it. Hey, Buddy, do you want it? Okay. Good boy. Okay is his release, meaning whatever he's doing, he's allowed to do it, or if he's in a sit or a stay, he's allowed to leave anytime we say okay. One thing that we ran into when Buddy was a puppy and we were trying to teach him to stay is he would get down like this, sort of like Sphinx, so all of his paws are pointing forward, instead of dropping onto his thigh so that he's in a calmer state. And right now he's excellent at stay and he's excellent at leave it. We did the leave it challenge, so you can watch that. He did very, very good. But when he was a puppy, we had to teach him to lay down on his side so that he would be more likely to actually stay in the position. I don't know if that makes sense, but when he's like this, he's sort of like ready to get up. So we taught him the word settle in order to have him lay down on his side. Buddy, settle. Good boy. And when he was young and crazy, he was a lot more likely to actually hold his stay if he was in this position than he was if he was all paws forward. Settle is actually extremely easy to teach. All we did was take a treat and lure him towards his back leg, and the dog just naturally curls when you do that. And once he is doing that reliably, then we added in the word settle, and now obviously he's able to do it. Buddy, drop. Come here. This way. Sit. Good boy. Stay. I'm going to have him seek his rope, but I'm going to throw the ball just to throw him off and see what happens. Hey, buddy. Seek rope. Okay. Seek rope. Yes, good seek rope. Fetch. Good boy. Good seek rope. I reward him with a little bit of play. He loves structured play. We did a video about that too. Get it, Bob. Good boy. Oh yeah, you're so scary. Drop. Good boy. Stay. Okay. Again, okay is that release command. Good boy. Good fetch. Since Buddy is a service dog, he needs to have a very strong leave it, so we work a lot on leave it. Buddy will drop things mid-play, and he will stop eating mid-meal if we use that command. Check it out. Buddy, leave it. Okay. Good boy. Drop. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Okay. Okay, get it. Fetch. Good boy. So notice that fetch. He had to bring it to my hand. I had my hand out for him. He was ready to do that. Happy to do it. The trick with things like that is it has to stay consistent. I did a video about our service dog training philosophy, which is really just dog training philosophy. And consistency was one of the biggest things that I wanted to stress out in that video. So the rule is always that fetch means bring it to my hand. So he knows that he always has to bring it to my hand. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going down. Ah, ugh. Oh, buddy. Buddy, you're crazy. Ah. Buddy, why do you always face a little bit away from the camera? Stand. Good boy. Go this way. Bud, sit. Good boy. It's really hard to film a video and have the dog in it because I get him in a good position and he's looking away from you guys, or the camera is like cutting off my head, so now I'm slouching. Oh, now I got stuff in my eye. One of the things that we wanted to teach Buddy was a command for whether or not he's allowed to put something into his mouth. We felt like this would be a good way to communicate with Buddy, because if we don't have a name for it's okay to bite something versus it's not okay to bite something, then the only way he has to ask us is to try biting it. And obviously we don't want that. So if it's okay for him to bite something, we tell him, okay, bite. And if it's not, did you get excited by that? And if it's not okay for him to bite it, then we tell him to be nice. And that way there's no guessing games going on in his head. Buddy, bite. Good boy. Good boy. Good bite. Be nice. Good buddy. Obviously he's being very gentle. Bite. Yes, good boy. He's a dog, so he likes to play a little bit rough. He likes to wrestle a bit. And for some reason it's very exciting when he gets to nibble on our hands a little. Be nice. Good. Bite. Good boy. Good. I had a feeling this video was going to get him all riled up. I'm going to try having him go grab his rope. Buddy, seek rope. Yes. Fetch. Good boy. You can imagine how handy that is when you have a migraine and a super crazy hyper dog. Buddy, drop. Good boy. It's all tight around him. Buddy, sit. Good, sit. Paw. Yes. We have a couple of commands that are just for fun. Buddy, spin. Good boy. He does like the slowest, most non-intentional spin ever. Bud, spin. Good boy. Seek rope. Every time we get the leash out for Buddy to do the thing I can't say, he has to do a down dog stretch. So what we did was we decided to give him a command when he did it in the hopes that maybe he would pick up how to do it on command. And it totally worked on the second try. My husband and I met in Taekwondo, and we got this puppy. That was you, you're the puppy. And when he was doing the down dog, we thought, how cute would it be to teach him that that is bow? Because in Taekwondo you bow, and if we're both bowing all the time and the dog can also bow, like, how cute is that, little Taekwondo family? But after however freaking long trying to get him to do bow on command, he just was not getting it. So we decided to change the name to yoga, and suddenly, he got it, like, almost immediately. So now he knows how to yoga on command. Hey, Bubs, drop. Good boy. Come. Good boy, bud. Yoga. Good yoga. I don't even know if he was in the frame, but yoga. Good boy. My socks are all covered in dog fur and getting all twisted. What the hey? But while we're on the topic of my socks, I was a biochemist before I got sick. And these are Buddy in a lab coat and goggles. Science Buddy. In order to be a service dog, Buddy and I need to be able to maneuver around all sorts of things when we're out in public. In order to do that, we taught him heel. We had to teach him how to pull himself closer when he's in the heel. That command is close. It basically means to hug my leg. And in the case of his butt sticking out from me, not being parallel to me, we had to teach him how to spin his butt back into position. I also taught him the command back. Back means walk backwards. In addition, I taught him left, but not right. Buddy heels on my left. So if we're in the store and we're walking along and I need to go to an aisle on the right, he knows to follow me to that aisle. Sometimes I'll say this way just to let him know that we're making a turn, but for the most part, he'll follow me without saying anything. However, Buddy has a little counterbalance handle, and sometimes he pulls me forward just a little bit, so sometimes he's a little bit ahead of me. And in that case, it makes it kind of difficult for me every once in a while to make a left without feeling like I'm cutting him off. I'm all about teamwork. I'm all about communicating with him as much as I can, so I taught him left to let him know, hey, I'm gonna cut you off now. So I'm gonna get up and show you guys what all that looks like. Stay. Good boy. Close. Good boy. So notice he hugged my leg on that. Back. Good boy. Heel. Good. Back. Good. Heel. Good boy. Back. Good buddy. Close. Good boy. Back. Good. Back. Good bud. Stay. Close. Good boy. Yes. All the way. Good. Back. Good boy. Stay. Heel. Good bubs. Good buddy. Get some pets, get some pets. Hey, buddy. Hi. The lighting's kind of crummy over here because I just pulled us up against the wall, but it's very important. I just wanted to show you guys how I taught Buddy how to do back. Sorry, there's definitely a studio light in the frame right now. We're not professionals at YouTube, are we? It's more fun that way. When I taught Buddy back, he already knew how to do heel, and what we did was basically just have him heel against a wall, and I kept using the heel command when we were against the wall, and I would back up, and he would have to match me, and he wasn't really able to move anywhere because the wall was in the way. So I kind of forced his hand, if you will. So let me show you. So all I did was back up a little bit and say heel, Good. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. Heel. Good. Good back. Good back. Yes. Good boy. Okay, go get it. Okay. I'm not a dog trainer. I don't know how you're actually supposed to do it, but that worked really well for us. Good fetch. Because, to be completely honest, Buddy is pretty good at the intuitive hand signals. If I shoo him in a certain direction, can you please stop licking my face? If I shoo him in a particular direction, he just goes to it. And we've been pointing at things forever to tell him to go to things. You know, we point when we want him to get a ball, or we point when we want him to get a treat. So he kind of understands what I mean when I move my hands. We're very in tune that way. Fetch. Laziest fetch. So he picked up on that pretty fast. It was difficult to be able to pull it away from the wall because that rear end awareness is kind of hard for dogs. And the lack of rear end awareness is why I had to teach him the finger point thing to move his butt back in. It is what it is. It works out. Here I have some of Buddy's favorite treats. They're dried lung. And I got these out because with Buddy being a service dog, he needs to be able to ignore any food that's on the floor. Dogs have very good noses, and for me as a handler, it would make no sense for me to be constantly scanning the floor to make sure that there's no food on it. As a result, Buddy needs to know to leave food that's on the floor until I tell him that it's okay for him to go get it. And this isn't really a trick that counts for this type of video, but it's kind of cool, so I'll show you guys anyway. I'm going to throw this on the floor. Come. Good boy. Okay. The piece of food is still on the floor behind me, so I'm going to have him heel past it a couple of times so that you guys can see that he leaves it without me telling him to. Because you're good, huh? Heel. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. It's literally right in front of us right now. Good boy. Back. Good boy. Yes. Good look. Buddy, look. Good look. Okay. I can also drop food on the floor as we're walking, and he won't go for that either. You ready? Heel. Another thing that we taught him just for fun is a word that means, I'm trying not to say it right now. We taught him a word that means that food is on the floor and he needs to go find it. And this is awesome because sometimes, you know, you're cooking or something and you want the dog to clean up after you because you make a mess. Always making a mess. And it's also really fun to say the word to him because he gets all excited and starts frantically looking. So right now I'm going to be mean. There's nothing on the floor. And I'm going to say the word and he's going to go look for it. And when he's not looking, I'll put something on the floor for him. But check this out. Forage. He got it. Good boy. Good boy. Do you want to go get your ball? Seek ball. Go in. Good seek ball. Come here, Babs. He got a different ball this time. Get it. There are a few commands that I'm leaving out of this video on purpose because they're not feasible to show you here. Buddy knows go say hi, Dad. That means to go get my husband. He knows dig. Dig is in the same category as bite. It's an unwanted behavior, so I use the command when it's okay for him to do it, like if we're at the beach, or if there's like a huge pile of snow. He's okay at cleanup, which is putting his toys back into his toy basket. And that's not a command that we actually use very often, but we taught it to him when I was pregnant because we knew that bending down to clean up his toys was going to be difficult for me. So that was just for fun, and it was useful for a little while I was massive. But it's not something that we use regularly, so it's not really a command that he knows very well because we just don't practice it. He also knows check. I use the command check to ask him whether or not I have a migraine coming. And if it's positive, he will lick me on the nose, and if it's negative, he won't. Buddy, come. Check. Buddy, come here. Check. Okay, good boy. Thank you. I've said this before on my channel, but in case you haven't seen it, Buddy alerts me early in the day when a migraine is coming later, and then he won't alert me again until right before the migraine gets bad. It's a 2-step alert that I get from him, unless I'm going into labor. He licked the heck out of me when I was going into labor. But you guys saw that earlier in the video, he already alerted me that a migraine was coming. So he won't lick me again, even if I beg him to, until later today, whenever it is that the migraine is actually gonna hit. Check. Good boy, check. Check. Good boy, thank you, good bud. Check. Check. He's like, please stop asking me to check. Check. Good boy. Let's see, what else? One of my first videos that I ever made was Buddy's tasks for migraine. So I'll put a card here if you guys haven't seen that. There are things that I taught him that are for migraines other than the alert. So that's a great video to check out if you're curious about that or if you're training your own migraine dog. In addition, there are commands that he knows for POTS or orthostatic hypotension. Things like cover that I didn't show you here. But there's another video that I made with all of those tasks. So check that one out if you are curious about those. I can show you a cover real quick. I guess that's one we haven't showed them yet, huh? Did you just burp in my face? Did you just burp in my face? What was that? Buddy, cover. Good boy, good cover. Okay, stand up. Good bud. Buddy started alerting naturally for a high heart rate or a change in blood pressure, and he started doing it by licking super gently on my pant leg, on my thigh. And that worked out well enough at home because if he walked up to me at home and licked me on the leg, I wasn't very likely to miss it. But when we were in public and he was already in a heel on my side and I was distracted by the things that I was trying to do in public, I kept missing that alert, especially when I was wearing long pants instead of something like shorts or a dress. Through the pants, I really just wasn't feeling it. So we decided to change his alert to either be licking my hand or nudging. And to teach him to nudge, we had to teach him to nudge. Fortunately, Kong has this really awesome toy that teaches dogs how to nudge. I call it Boppo because there was Boppo the clown in the Rugrats show or Rugrats movie. But this is really cool. It stands up, you put treats inside it. It's got a couple of biscuits. And there's a small hole on the side. When you put this on the floor, it stands up on its own and the dog has to tilt it. And most of the time it just rolls around, but if the hole happens to face towards the ground when it tilts, then a treat spills out. There are bite marks all over it. You can tell Buddy tried to break in first, but slowly but surely he figured out to nudge it instead. And once he was consistent with it, I was able to point at it, and he would nudge it, and I would be able to reward him for nudging. Then I added the command word nudge. I started asking him to nudge other things like a ball or whatever other random object I wanted, and then I had him start nudging my hand. The final step in the chain of events was anytime he licked me to alert, I would ask him to nudge, and then I would praise him for the alert. I didn't praise him for the alert until after he nudged. And I'm not going to claim that that is proper dog training technique, but that's what worked for us. As for this guy, I will definitely link it for you below. It's excellent for teaching nudging. And I will also link this tough ball that Buddy picked out for himself at the grocery store on his birthday. This is awesome because he destroys tennis balls pretty quickly. He really likes to make them naked. Working hard. I'm going to show you guys how good Buddy is at catching the ball, and then we're going to end this video on a bang. That's a pun. Good boy. Come on. Go. Good boy. Through. But through. Good boy. Through. Good boy. Get the rubes. Get the rubes. Hey, Buddy. Bang. Good boy. Get the ball. Get the ball. Hope you guys enjoyed watching Buddy be a lot obedient and a little bit crazy. I tried not to make it too educational, but I did want to sprinkle some stuff in because I know that this is really helpful for you. And for those of you who are not too familiar with service dogs, I hope that you're able to see that service dogs are just regular dogs with a couple of fancy tricks and really good behavior in public. That's all it is. When they're at home, they get to be regular dogs. Lots of playing, lots of normal tricks, and of course, lots of treats. But Buddy does still alert when he's off duty, as you saw earlier in this video. Hit thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys next week.